What's up, everyone? Welcome back to You're Such a Nerd, the Geek Variety Podcast, coming at you at the speed of a couple of anti-capitalist ADHD gaming nerds playing hot potato with a cough syrup. What's even going on around here? I don't even know anymore, but I'm your host, Johnny Doe. Let's go. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Thanks for coming in and hanging out for my conversation with my buddy Jordan, where we talk about all kinds of stuff, variety and gaming being the main topic, but we're kind of here, we're kind of there, we're kind of all over the place. I will apologize ahead of, we both had some sort of like upper chest respiratory thing going on, and the coughing got a little ridiculous at some points. Conversation was really good though, so I tried to clean it up as well as we could to preserve it. So please, hang in there with us if it's a little rough, but conversation was good, so I think you'll enjoy it nonetheless. If you're new to the show, welcome. We don't usually have coughing fits, but sometimes we do, and that's okay because we're real people over here. We have a Patreon at a very reasonable rate. Yeah, it's linked in the show notes below wherever you're listening to this, and just as a heads up, you are welcome to go over there and donate if you want to offset the cost of hosting the show or to keep me caffeinated when I'm up late editing. That's all well and good and very much appreciated, but absolutely not necessary. I just appreciate you being here and being a part of this community and just listening and hanging out and hopefully finding out cool things about cool people that I've had the opportunity to sit across the table from and have a great conversation with, most of which are truly deeply friends of mine, which makes me a very fortunate human being. And I hope they are now going to be, at least virtually, friends of yours. So feel free to go over there if you want. Don't feel like you need to. The ad-free episodes and all the extra content will always live over there on Patreon. However, we will always do our best to crush the big corporate money machine and keep it up to, creators like you and me. That's what it's all about. So anyways, other ways you can support the show is like, rate, and subscribe and all that stuff on the platforms of your choice. Keep an eye out for our upcoming merch drop that's going to be coming soon, and just spread the word. The show is entirely guerrilla marketed. There's no social media presence, and as an experiment in fighting the system and fostering a space where it encourages humans to talk to other humans, that talk to more humans, and they talk to more humans. And next thing you know, you got like a polycule of fun and happy people that are high-fiving and playing games and have come together from disparate places in life and are now homies. And that's cool. If you have any questions or want to correct us on anything that we screwed up, by all means, send us an email at younerdsuck@gmail.com. It's in the links below. And last but not least, before we get started, if you're so inclined, please send me a postcard. The address is down below as well. I'll send you a postcard back. We'll be pen pals. It'll be like, we're 13 in summer camp in 1992 or something. I don't know. Whatever, you have some memory of sending postcards, which most people probably don't, and that's fine. Anyways, without further ado, here's my conversation with my buddy Jordan. Enjoy. So, anyways, capitalism. Stinky poo-poo. That's my opinion.
Used to be a card-carrying member of the Communist Party USA.
Really?
Not so much anymore.
Yeah.
I don't like some of their takes are real mild to shitty. And everyone I've looked at is, you guys are problematic too.
Mm-hmm.
Like CPUSA turned on sex workers and decided sex work wasn't work. And I'm like, That's not true.
Like, how about we actually support them and get them rights? That would be a lovely thing, right?
That would be great. And then one of the more recent ones are like, no, we're not going to include, homosexual people in our struggle because it's not important.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think that's the deception of communism that I think has always been great. So when I was in college, I took a history of Asia class, and I grew up when I was younger, training in Chinese martial arts.
Yeah.
And so I fell in love with Asia and the culture and everything like that. Oh yeah, sure. I should probably check my phone too. I think it's on vibrato, but you never know. But yeah, so I left my child's monitor upstairs. I should probably get that. What was I saying? Martial arts, China. Oh, history of Asia. Yes. So the most intriguing class, I think, we read 5 books on Asian culture and history, and seeing the transition from dynastic empirical China to communism in such a quick turnaround, and then very quickly into dictatorship was crazy. Crouched by communism. That's the thing I've always said. Communism looks great on paper. Yeah, it never works.
That's generally my opinion these days. I'm still very left leaning, but it's very much we probably should still keep most of the system we currently have because it kind of works. As long as we don't get assholes at the top.
Kind of. I guess the issue that I have with it, though, is it's the partisan system, right?
Yeah.
Because anytime you have 2 parties, then ultimately...
more parties.
Exactly. At the end of the day, the how much voice can the people truly have when it's either you're A or B?
Yeah.
Right? And they don't have much power to actually influence the direction of what's going on because it's always the lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
And I think it was Schwarzenegger who said it. And when he was governor, I believe, I think it was when he was governor, I think. And he was being interviewed about it, something, and someone was asking, like, would you run for president? And he's like, yeah, if I could, absolutely I would. He says, and the problem is that, and he made a statement much to that point, that we haven't, for decades, we have not voted for the good candidate. We voted for the less bad candidate.
Yeah.
Because we have an A-B system.
100%.
And they're like, that's no way to have a government.
Even last year, I was like, well, I'm going to vote Democrat. I can't, in all consciousness, vote Republican. Just flat out. And I feel like if I vote third party,
like you're wasting your vote.
I'm wasting my vote.
Right. Yeah. Which is insane because the idea of democracy is we should have a voice.
Yeah.
Right. And if we bond together, we can add in that party, or we can sway the influence. But like the cynic in me is like, no, we can't, because electoral colleges and lobbying and money. And you know who doesn't have money? Us.
Yeah.
The fucking peasants down at the bottom.
Nope. 100%. You and I are on the same page in the same book. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. My buddy's a big fan of Marx, and so we're always talking socialism. And I think it's so interesting to me.
I haven't done my I read Marx, I read Engels, and it's not here anymore.
Oh yeah. Well, it's one of those things, right? Like it's easy to like fade out and stuff. And I'm not saying that it's the best answer.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing that the issue that come down to, and this is not a political podcast, so maybe this will have to go somewhere else. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But the issue that I come down to is capitalism. Ooh, and I found a great segue to make this about gaming in just a minute. I'm going to get to it.
Okay.
Capitalism doesn't give a shit about the masses. Doesn't give the shit about people. Right? It cares about you, the individual, who is the one making the money. That's all that it cares about. Right? It doesn't take in consideration compassion, right, for the masses.
Yeah.
Socialism, at least conceptually, right, more so than I'd say communism, because communism, like we said, is such an imbalanced system. Like it doesn't work.
It's rough. It's very rough.
But socialism is built on the idea, right, that we all as a community pay, right, so that we all can be taken care of equally. Now, that is not to say it works, right? A lot of people like to say, well, look at the Canadian healthcare system, right? People are waiting 6 months for life-saving surgeries and things like that. I get it. That's real, you know?
And that is a problem, but I think that's more a problem of maybe not enough doctors per se, or not enough people in the field than anything, because...
Well, and I think that's the rub with capitalism, though, right? Because capitalism, it supports this idea of, it fosters this idea that... if I put the work in, I can become wealthy. Yeah. Right. There's a financial return on my work to become a doctor, for instance.
Yeah. That belief that if you do the work, you get the rewards for that work. But as someone who works 48 hours a week for $16 an hour,
you don't.
There's nothing there.
Well, and that goes back to the whole point of like livable wages, right?
Yeah.
And if in math, okay,
is the worst,
and I'm not great at it, but if I can say that
history major,
if you and music, so music and philosophy, so definitely not math. I can subdivide a beat. That's about it. If you look at that, I believe the study was in the housing cost from the 80s. I don't think it went back to 70s, but if you look at housing in America from the 80s, and I want to say it was just into the 90s, but say into the 2000s, it went up like 400%, while the average base rate of like pay went up by like, I don't know, so like 3%, 4%,
maybe if that. Yeah,
you know, like including like accounting for inflation and everything like that, right? It only went up by like 3 or 4%, the base median income, right? So like the American dream does not exist in America, not really,
not
right?
anymore.
And that's not to be like, it's not to be lazy. That's not to be like people looking for handouts. It's just the math doesn't add up.
No,
you know, and when so much money is being levied off of taxes and things like that, but the people aren't getting it back, it's going to who the fuck knows what, you know. I'm sure it's lining people's pockets. Let's be honest.
Right now, it's a military budget, and it seems to collect all the money.
I mean, you're not wrong there. So yeah, I don't know. It's frustrating, you know.
Yeah.
And to think about, and I have a whole beef about real estate too. That
you
people
both.
people don't buy homes to live in them.
Yeah.
Like, at what point, and there is I was talking to somebody about it who knows way more about real estate than I do, and they explained to me there was actually there's like a timestamp in history that we can look at where that the transition occurred with housing from people investing in homes and buying a family home and having a family home, right, to flipping. And the depressing thing is like Blackstone or whatever, that giant corporation that owns all of the rental companies, right? They own like 65% of the homes in America, and they're owned by China.
Yep.
What the fuck?
But that's not who we're going after. Keep that in mind. Not this company that owns the American dream.
I mean, like, come on, guys. People, get your head out of your ass. But, I don't have enough money for anybody to listen to me, so it doesn't matter.
There you go. You and me both.
Anyways, Jordan, thanks for coming and hanging out.
I'm happy to be here.
Now that we got that off our chest. I was very
excited about this, actually. I'm like, I love podcasts. I'm happy to be here. Let's go.
I'm so glad. So, the flip of our previous political conversation, capitalism and gaming. Do you know about the original version of Monopoly?
No, I don't.
Okay, this is a great story. I love this story. So
maybe vaguely, but
the original version of Monopoly was, I forgot the name of the person who was the game designer. I should really commit this to memory. So the way the game was designed, it was a two-sided board. Okay. Top part was Monopoly, what we know as Monopoly today, but it was called like capitalism back then.
Okay.
And the idea was everyone played, one person won. The board was flipped over. On the backside, it was socialism. Basically, the game was called like socialism or something like that, or community. I forgot what the actual name of the game was. And the only way to win was if everybody won.
Okay.
And the whole purpose of the game was to
teach
the consequences and the true values of like, hey, let's help each other out versus being like douchebags.
Yeah.
And
now it is the single most responsible for family arguments over the holidays.
Well, it is not lost to me the irony that Milton Bradley came in. They bought the game, threw away the socialist part, and made a metric shit ton of money for generations on the game about capitalism.
I have not bought Monopoly in years.
Nor have I. The only one I liked was no, I'm thinking Lord of the Rings Risk. Never mind.
Fair enough.
I don't think I've ever liked Monopoly. Although I did have friends of mine back in California that played like Speed Monopoly. It was a weird. That's what I said. They had some very minimal, like they made like two small rules tweaks.
Yeah.
And they would finish a game of Monopoly in 30 to 40 minutes. With like five people sitting at the table.
Are they rolling the dice at the same time?
No, it is like, but it's...
How?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy to watch. I participated in it once, and I was like, I mean, if Monopoly rolled like this, I guess I could stand it. But, so I still don't want to play Monopoly. I'd rather play other games, but... Yeah,
there are better games.
Oh, 100%.
There are better games about making money and buying properties.
I would argue life is better than Monopoly.
That's fair,
right?
too.
It's a depressing game, because really it's like, how much can I not have too much debt when I die at the end of my game? Like, I don't know. It's pretty depressing.
How are my tiny little children going to go when I am dead?
Yeah, I mean, it's so weird to me. So you have interest in game design.
100%.
And it's so interesting to me, the transition from what I would consider classic board gaming.
Yeah.
Right?
Like checkers and stuff like
checkers, Sorry, Parcheesi, Monopoly, Shoots and Ladders, like, Hungry Hippos, Trouble, all that kinds of crap that we came up with. And even the adult games, right? Scrabble and all that kinds of crap. To what I can only attribute to what I would consider the board game renaissance of like the 2000s. Because I feel like
maybe started a little
earlier, maybe 90s.
But it became popular in the 2000s.
It blew up in the 2000s.
Because you had YouTube.
Totally. And Kickstarter.
Right? YouTube and Kickstarter helped push board gaming to a different level. Because like originally you had to go into these like niche stores to find these different board games.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But now you could go onto YouTube and watch Will Wheaton playing the weirdest board games.
God, I remember, was that Tabletop Minions? No.
Something like that. It is,
no, it wasn't Tabletop Minions. It was something Tabletop. That was a great show for a long time.
Nights or something.
I don't know. Yeah,
it was great. And then they went like pay to watch, and I was like, nope, I'm good.
Will Wheaton playing board games with a bunch of random people.
Yep.
I forgot about that show. That was a good show.
Oh yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know, like I'm assuming, I'm trying to think like...
Geek and Sundry.
Geek and Sundry was the because what's her face was... Did you ever, speaking of Geek and Sundry, Felicia Day.
Yes.
She had a show about the MMORPG, and it was called...
The Guild?
The Guild.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, oh my God. That was such a good show.
I've seen at least one season of it, and I was like, this is goofy, and I love it.
It was great. I loved that show so much. Yep. It was very like moving. And that was a great era of YouTube too, when like YouTube was still like for creators.
Yeah.
It wasn't hyper commercialized yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it was like little micro commercialization, but it was really more about people were out there doing creative new stuff.
Yeah.
During that time. And now it's just fucking ads.
It was a better time for it. Like I'm still on YouTube daily because I just put music on YouTube now, and while I'm playing a game on one monitor and I got YouTube going on the other, and I'm just going to town.
Do you subscribe to YouTube?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so that's one of the things I've been wondering, because I was just having a discussion with someone the other day about the transition to YouTube, how a lot of people are pushing over there. So a lot of people are using YouTube for podcasts now, which I thought was really interesting. Streaming music and of course, obviously, you know, watching shows and movies.
Yeah.
Since they added an entire library. So I was like, oh.
Some of it's like watch ad free, and I'm like, cool, I still have an ad blocker.
Fuck you. I got beef with advertisements.
You and me both.
It goes back to capitalism, right?
Yeah.
Like, why do I have to go to the fucking gas station, and while I'm filling up gas, get ads yelled at me from the gas pump? What horrible person came up with that idea?
I don't know. I'm fine if they're like, hey, come inside and get a sandwich. I'm like, you know what? I might.
Sure, fine.
But if they're like, hey,
freecreditreport.com,
freecreditreport.com, get your credit card over here too. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm really good, actually.
God. I hate it. Yelling at me about your Red Bulls. I don't want a Red Bull ad while I'm getting gas in my car. I just want silence.
I want gas in my car so I can leave.
Yeah, like I literally get out and I start the pump and then get back in my car. So I don't have to listen to the ads. And they're so loud. And I have tinnitus really bad.
Yeah.
So like really loud noises are like irritate my ears.
Oh yeah. No.
So it's like, it's another whole nother thing for me when I have to deal with that crap. But so I've been thinking about getting away from Spotify is kind of where I was going with this whole thing.
I actually got away from Spotify. I don't know if I got far enough away from the evil corporations, but I went to Amazon Music, and there are much less ads on Amazon Music.
So, but for free Amazon Music, you can't do albums.
Correct. You can only do single songs.
Yeah, and my issue is I do a lot of like album deep dives where I like right now I'm listening through all of Zayo's out discography from start to finish.
Yeah,
and I like to do that a lot with bands.
I did that with The Warning recently. They are a metal band from Mexico.
I'm writing them down right now.
They are three sisters.
Okay.
Whose first song they ever did, and I don't know if it's the first song they ever did, but they put it on YouTube. Was them when they were like 8 years old.
8-year metal. Wow. Okay.
Playing like, because they're only like early 20s now.
Okay.
They were playing a Metallica song. I want to say Inner Sandman.
Okay.
And the drummer for Metallica saw that and he was like, "This is amazing." So when Metallica did their...
For Lars Ulrich to say something nice, that's incredible.
Yeah. So when Metallica did one of their like 30th anniversary or whatever albums, they brought them on to do a cover of Inner Sandman.
Fuck, man. I still have not seen Metallica. They're the one band I haven't seen yet that is like on my like...
I haven't been to many concerts.
Yeah.
I don't do so well in concerts, which is funny because I love being out and with people.
Sure.
But in concerts, it feels claustrophobic.
Oh, 100%. My wife has the same problem. She has definitely, like, she can't be touched.
Yeah.
So she can't go into pits anymore and stuff like that. Yeah. And like she's like, no, don't touch me.
I am a wuss. I will cry if I go into a pit.
That's fair. That's probably fine. Man, that's incredible though. And also like think about it. If you're like in your 20s and you've been playing like metal since you were 8, damn, that's cool.
Yeah, their stuff is great. I 100% recommend them.
Well, I'm checking them out. I'll link them in the show too. That'd be sweet. So games. That's what we initially were thinking we were going to talk about today. We've already jumped the shark 4 times. I love it. Not even 20 minutes in yet. Also to listeners, we're going to be coughing a lot. I don't know if you said this. I'm I can't say words. I'm getting over the flu and that turned into a sinus infection. And Jordan's allergic to me. So that's how that goes. So yeah, so you...
Great personal risk.
Great personal risk. You have no idea the risk that she's taking to be here right now. We appreciate your sacrifice. Before we get back into like the depth of games, because that's the thing that we share, one of the things we share is just we love games. Yeah. Maybe a little too much.
Maybe. I think I annoy the crap out of my fiance with them. I'm like, so babe, I heard this about this new game coming out.
Just that preface I do. So babe, there's a package coming in. Just ignore it when it gets here.
Yeah.
Like today, I got my Trench Crusade book in. It was it's been over a year now, right?
I think so.
I think it's been over a year. So I got my Trench Crusade book in today, and I was opening it, and she was like, "What's that?" Because she knows that I'm on the no new games for a year, so she's always like double checking me, like, "What are you coming from the game shop with, babe, in your hand?" And the other day I was like, "The miniatures aren't for me; they're for Jesse." So you have interesting game design you were discussing. So what is it about game design that appeals to you?
I think part of it is I want to make a game that I want to play, that I would enjoy. And there's there are so many small little niches that aren't tapped right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to explore that avenue through gaming and, at a table with people and rolling dice and things like that.
Have you heard of Snarling Badger Games? It's Uncle Adam and Vince V. Vince
I might
Venturella.
have.
They've got I've got a number of books I can show you after we're done. And they have Space Station Zero, which I really like. It's a solo co-op.
Yep.
Death Wizards, Rain in Hell. They have a bunch of different games, and what I think is interesting about them is they kind of take a similar approach where they look at the game mechanisms, right? And what that kind of attaches to as far as like a thematic vibe.
Yeah.
And they also do these little zines, which have like little one-off like mini games in them.
Okay.
Right? Which I think is pretty cool. They do like 2 of those a year, I think.
Yeah. No, I've heard of Rain in Hell. I own like the first PDF they put out for that because I can use whatever demon miniatures I want.
Agnostic.
Done. Sign me up. But for like, I haven't heard of any of their other games. But I kind of go, that's neat.
Yeah.
That's neat. Oh, look at that.
That's been my problem, as you can tell by my wall of shame behind me, and that I've hidden some of it, so it's not as bad as it used to be. Actually,
that's fair. I still have more Huskarls to put together. I don't want to do it.
Don't talk to me about the Huskarls. God, Conquest Huskarls. Conquest, great game. Whoever designed their miniatures needs to be whipped with a noodle. Like, I mean, oh my God, their
especially their older stuff.
This one, the female like artisan Jarl, that freaking spear has the worst attachment points of any miniature I've ever experienced in my entire life. I
got a friend to paint and put that together for me because I didn't want to do it. I looked at it and I said, "Ooh, resin, no."
I put it together and I played one game with it and snapped the spear off. And I was so pissed. I was like, that's why it's up there now, because I'm like, well, I love the model. I think it's sick as shit, but I don't want to keep snapping the spear off because I'm 100% going to do it. So, anyways, Conquest, great game. But the breadth of games. So, do you think that contributes potentially to your interest in a wide variety of games, of like trying to find, like, are you inspired? This is the question I'm trying to ask. When you think about the various games that you're interested in that appeal to you, are you inspired because there is a mechanism, a rule thing that piques your interest, or is it more just thematic, the gameplay style? Like, what is it about? Why do you like so many games?
It's kind of a mixture of all of those.
Okay.
I like a new mechanic that I haven't played with, because I can roll dice all day, every day. I can draw cards in Malifaux or whatever, pull dice out of a bag to see if I go in bolt action or whatever. But it's something new. I go, okay, cool. How does that work? But then it goes, that's a cool mechanic, but let's learn about the world.
Yep.
And then I go maybe a little too in depth.
If the world, the lore doesn't get you,
I'm out.
You won't play the game.
Yeah, I'm out.
No matter.
If I can't get my head into that world when I'm playing that army or that warband or whatever, I check out. I'll play maybe like 3 or 4 games. They'll go on a shelf until someone shows interest. They go, hey, I got one of those for sale, actually.
Coincidentally, I have that.
Yeah.
So I think that's so interesting to me because, like, I love the variety that you get in gamers. Like, you get the hyper competitives who will move from game to game to game because they basically play the game until they break it.
Yeah.
They've solved that problem. And they don't give a crap about the lore. They don't care about the setting, the aesthetics, the miniatures, whatever. They just want to be competitive in this thing, figure out how to solve it, and they move on to the next thing. And they just go from game system to game system doing that, right? And they're hyper-focused on it while they're on it, then they're on to the next one. And then you have people who are more narratively focused and interested in the lore behind it, less interested in competition. And they oftentimes, I will say that, I'm basically thinking about Games Workshop games. They will buy in heavy to that one system and then just be in that game system, right?
Yeah.
We had to get a refresh of water before we both died. What were we talking about? Oh, the weirdos that really like to play just a game.
Yes.
So, and then you have, like, I think the people that are in between, right? Between the people that are just like hyper focused on one system and refuse to branch out, which I also think is an interesting parallel you see a lot of the times in RPGs. Yeah. More often than not. You know, like,
you can do a lot of parallels between RPG and wargamers because I feel like they're just like one step away from being the same people.
Yeah, it's like not even 7 steps from Kevin Bacon. We're just like one step away from Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
We're all Kevin Bacon. We're just like different sides of Kevin Bacon.
Right.
That's a dated reference. Does anybody even play the game anymore? Probably not. Is Kevin Bacon still acting? Is he alive?
He is. He was in one of the recent Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special things.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, I guess that means he's alive. Hooray, Kevin Bacon. We appreciate you and all that you've done for filmography. And then you have like the people that are kind of, I would say that like maybe we fall into, which is I kind of want the whole package when it comes to a game, you know?
Yeah, because I want it to be fun to play, but I also want to know the world.
Right. Like, I can play a game due to the mechanisms and the rules, and that can be intriguing to me. But if, like, the aesthetic is off, or, like, the lore is hot garbage, I'm going to be like, nah, fuck it.
Yep.
You know? And I don't know if that's a byproduct of we just have so many games now, maybe.
That might be the case. I mean...
We got options.
We do have options. It's like, it's not even like, well, I've got 1 or 2 sci-fi games. It's like, I can go sci-fi games, and then I have hundreds of different sci-fi games to play. Some are just blue books put out by,
like OPR and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And what, Osprey? Is Osprey? Yep.
And then some of those are Billion Suns is one of them that requires like 2 tables to play.
Nice.
Because your ships are warping in from other sectors and stuff, and it's a whole thing. Like, that sounds interesting, but it also sounds like a whole day.
Yeah, it takes a lot. And I think that's the thing for me, too, that has dramatically influenced my preference in games right now, is time.
Yeah.
Time on target. Is it going to take me more than 2 hours to get a game done? Yeah.
Right.
Probably not going to play then, if it takes me more than 2 hours to get a game done.
But you still want it to be, like, a chunk of time.
Right. I don't want to just be there for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think for me, like, my thing is like, I want to be able to come and I want to hang out with my friends, right? Or make new friends if I'm in a situation where I don't know anybody.
All of the above.
Play the game, enjoy playing that game, and then like chill afterwards while I'm breaking down and not feel like I have to just like haul ass out the door, right?
Yeah.
To get on to the next part of my day or whatever. So I think that's a big piece for me when I look at games is where does that Venn diagram overlap? Is it interesting aesthetic? Is it a cool lore? Is the rule set compelling? And can I do it all within a reasonable time frame? Oh, and by the way, do I have anybody to play with?
that last one's very important.
That's the one I've learned is hard.
I was like, I'm interested in so many games, but it's like, just because I think insert this is neat doesn't mean it's actually neat.
Right. It may be neat to me, but that doesn't mean it's neat to everyone else.
Right.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think, I don't know why I keep doing it to myself, but I just did that when I was at Nova last year. Because I walked in, I got a demo of Bushido, and I was like, holy shit, this is a cool game.
Yeah.
It's like...
And it does look cool. I will 100% admit that.
Yeah, and it's like, the game mechanism of this blind dice pool thing was super cool and compelling.
Yeah.
And then it's like, fuck, who's going to play this game with me, right? But I got a 2-player starter set, you know?
You get stuff put together, I'll play it with you.
Hell yes.
I don't know if I will buy any more models, but I will at least play one game with you.
I firmly believe that if I have enough for 2 people to play, you know, people need to buy stuff. Like, we can
100%. Share. I will, like, with my Fallout factions, I've got like 3 gangs right now, possibly picking up more here soon. So if someone wants to play and I've got the figures for it, done, 100%.
So on the game design thing, and then we'll get to let's talk Fallout and some other game specifically. But are there like specific game mechanisms that you really like and look for in a game, or that really inspire you when it comes to like wanting to play games?
So I'm a big lover of narrative games. So if the game can have my guys go from a bunch of nobodies to really cool heroes by the end of that game, I'm down for it.
Crunch.
Yeah, that's one of them. Or you got Mordheim for an older example. Yeah. Necromunda, Fallout Factions does it. This is not a test, so on and so forth. There's tons of different games that have that really cool like narrative campaign focus, and it kind of makes the ones without it feel not as fun for me.
For sure, yeah. There was a time when 40K had kind of, you could do like an arcing story, you know, and it was more narratively driven than the hyper. It was before like the hyper GT competition stuff came up, and then it's just like, here's your silhouette terrain and all that kinds of crap, you know.
I hate that so much.
Oh my god, it's like, because I think that's the thing for me is like wargaming. Even when I got into like Warhammer and BattleTech back in like the 90s, it was about the story of what was going on the table, right?
Agreed.
Of like, I want to make the terrain look cool because like I want to have this. I want to be unfolding a story between my army and your army, or my miniatures and your miniatures.
And that I think is why I do it, because I didn't start in the wargaming hobby. I started in role playing.
Okay.
I started with Vampire the Masquerade, Vampire the Requiem, D&D 3.5, and later on Pathfinder 1E and things like that. And then I broke into the wargaming section because I went to a shop that's not there anymore. But there was one down on Route 3. I went into that one, and in the back they had a table set up, and people were playing on it. And the thing I fell in love with was the terrain, and that made me go, maybe I want to do this too. Oh,
totally. I'm such a sucker for it whenever I go in at like a convention or whatever, and I see the dioramas.
Yes.
Yep. And I mean, even when I was a kid, like I remember being like, 8 or 9. I got my first like tank model, right? And I put it together and I like roughhoused with it, and like my GI Joes. I would be outside and I would build like things for my GI Joes to like mess around on and stuff. My Teenage Ninja Turtles. It was always about the story that was being told. Yeah, you know, and I think that's a big piece for me as well. Is because I would say that I'm more of a narrative fun player, less of a competitive player. Like I don't want to just like. I'm not going to not show up and not try. Right? Yeah, of course I'm going to try.
Yeah, you want to put an effort
for sure. Yeah, but
sometimes you want to feel like there's a story there.
Yeah, 100%. And I'll do the thing in the game that maybe doesn't make the most tactical sense because it's narratively, if this works out, this is going to be fun as shit, right? Like that'll be a story, right? It's like in role playing, right? The stories you always go back to were like the crazy things that happened in the game, right? Yeah. The unexpected things, you know, whatever. Or
like character interactions.
100%.
More than say like, I rolled a 20 and I hit that guy with my sword really good.
Right. Yeah. I chop him good and stuff. You know, like no one, like you don't talk about it.
He's going to think twice now.
You know? And I think that's the cool thing. It's just like motorcycle riding. You take motorcycle trips and the stories you always tell are like when everything went sideways. You get stuck in the rain or whatever.
Or it's like the cool thing you found along the way.
100%. Are there any game mechanisms that you like can't stand that you're like, this is a turnoff for a rule set?
Not really. Nothing that makes me go, well, I don't want to deal with that 100%. There's some things where like, okay, that's really complicated and I don't know why it's a thing. Mm-hmm. I love the games where they don't use dice. Those are always very interesting to me. Like Malifaux uses cards.
I love Malifaux.
I tried to be a tournament runner for Malifaux for a little bit there, but we just couldn't get to catch on anywhere. So.
Yeah. Well, and so to be fair, I have limited exposure to Malifaux, but the times I have played it, I really enjoy that game a lot. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of like a kind of MCP adjacent, but not MCP. Like they're very different.
Yes.
You know? And I think it's kind of cool. They feel different. They feel very different. Yeah, which is kind of cool.
I think the biggest thing, my biggest pet peeve is when I'm going to 5 different books to find different stats. Like if I wanted to do that, I would go back to playing old D&D.
Right. Yeah. Well, so I think for me, my biggest one at this stage of my life is alternating activations. I got to have alternating activations.
I like that too.
If it's I go, you go, there are very few game systems, I think, that are an I go, you go that I would even consider touching. Yeah. Because there's so much as downtime.
Yeah, I could almost walk away from the table for a little bit.
Yeah. And it goes back to role playing too, right? Like the worst thing in role playing is when it's just like somebody's just sitting on the other end of the table going, doo 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 doo. I haven't done anything in 45 minutes. Yep. No one's talked to me. I haven't been able to interact because it's just like a 2-person show over here or whatever. Right. You know, which is fine.
Sometimes that's fun to watch. Sure. It's like watching a good TV show.
Totally, yeah, it can be.
But at the same time, it's like, ooh, what am I doing?
Yeah, I'm here to play a game too, guys.
My character looks in the window awkwardly at you guys. Like, what y'all doing?
Hey, remember me? I'm over here too. I wanna do things and participate.
Remember me fondly.
Remember me fondly. So I think that's important. So getting to games, specific games. Now you've mentioned Fallout.
Yes.
Tell me more about Fallout.
So Fallout Factions is one of those games where you have your group of dudes. Mm-hmm. They start out kind of bare bones. Maybe your leaders will be pretty cool, but everyone else is kind of shitty, and they get better as the game goes on.
Skirmish level?
Yeah, it's skirmish level. Most groups are around like 10 guys.
Okay.
But some of them, like you'll play the Brotherhood of Steel, and you've got guys in power armor. That costs more to put on the field.
As it should.
So you'll only have like 6 guys.
Maybe. Space Marines.
Yeah, basically. But only 2 of your guys are like that, and the rest are just dudes.
Just dudes with not bolt guns, but actual like air compressor bolt guns to fix the bolts.
And that's one of the things I like about it. I'm also just a huge fan of Fallout. I've been playing it since 1, and I've never missed a game. I've played the good ones, the bad ones, the great ones. That was fun, but I'm not touching that again. Ones.
That's like my wife in Destiny. She's like been in Destiny since D1. And
I've been in Destiny for a while too.
Yep.
After a bit there, it became, hey Jordan, we want to play Destiny. Can you come play with us? And I'm like, fine.
Was it the grind that got you?
It was. 100%.
Yeah, that was my thing.
So boring. That's why I can't do Monster Hunter as well.
Yep.
Because like, okay, we need to go kill this guy 7 times, and I'm like, why?
Yep.
I want a hat. Oh god.
That's the thing that she really likes about it. She loves the grind, and I'm just like, I can't.
Hey, some people like that, man.
It's just not my jam. But I'm also open world games are not my jam either because I get way too distracted where I'm like, oh, look at that mountain in the distance. I wonder if I can get to it. And then I get to it, and I'm like, I wonder if I can climb all the way to the top. And then it's like, oh, look at this random cave. Let me go in there. Meanwhile, I am like light years away from the actual story. This is why I have never finished
Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls, yeah. I've never finished it because I get not even a third of the way through the narrative story, and then I'm off just doing random shit.
That's
how many
one
knives
of my
can I
favorite
make?
things
I don't know.
about them. I could stick to the storyline, or I could just go have fun.
Yeah. And I guess that's the way I should look at it, is instead of it's the problem with having OCD is you think like I have to do the thing. And that's not necessarily always the case.
I can turn my brain off for those kind of things. Certain times I'll be doing like putting together models. I'll be like, I need to do this part now, and this part now, and this part now. Because if I don't do these parts now, I will forget to do them later on, and I will have a mild panic attack.
Just if I just look at a box of Husk Girls, I'll have a mild panic attack.
Yeah. I'm tempted to be like, yo, someone put these together for me. I will pay you.
Yo, so the crazy thing is, I used to love kit bashing.
Yeah.
Like, I love kit bashing. And, like, back in the day when I play, this is directly correlative to time. This is 100% correlative to time. Because I just don't have the time in my life to sit around for 5 hours screwing around with 2 models.
Right? Yeah.
And I had the time back in the day. So like my 40K army of Space Marines, every single one was unique. Yeah. There might have been 2 models at the same pose, but all the rest of them, they were like reloading things. They were like ducking and running. They had all kinds of different tchotchkes on them, whatever. And now, and I used to not like painting as much. Now I'm like, I kind of just want to spend more time painting and not assembling. And I am seriously considering like, can I afford to pay someone to put my models together for me so I don't have to put them together?
I mean, one of the guys at our store, he didn't want to put together his old Dominion skeletons, so he was like, Jordan, can you put these together for me? And I was like, sure. When do you need them? When do you need them done by? Whenever.
Nice. That's good.
And I didn't realize I was stepping into something.
Are you the full-time assembler now?
Yeah. I'm just like, oh boy. So like if they ever need something, they'll be like, hey, can you do this? And I'm like, for this price I can.
Well, it's like I went to our buddy Allie, and I had her paint a couple of my MCP models, and then I was like, Allie, you want to paint another one for me? You know,
I do the same thing. I'll show them like, hey, Allie,
so
are you busy
about my Phoenix?
Because I showed up with the Jarl that we were talking about. I was like, I don't really want to put this together. I will if I have to, and I don't really want to paint it. Allie, what are you doing?
Yeah. So what's on your plate right now?
And she was like, yeah, I can get it done.
Yeah, I know, right? Like she's a treasure.
She is a delight.
Yes. So Fallout, we're digging on Fallout.
Love it.
What else are you into playing? All right, so here's a big question.
Yes.
Like the big main monsters in the room, the elephants in the room. you fuck with G-dubs? You said Mordheim.
I kind of fuck with G-dubs.
Okay.
I have an army sitting in a box.
Okay, as I have 2, and they're
and I
deeply buried.
I will break it out if a friend asks me to play.
Okay.
I don't go looking for games. I'm kind of interested in Old World. So I bought someone's army off of them that I'm still trying to pay off, but they're being very patient and understanding.
Very kind of them. I have a real soft spot for the dwarves.
Yeah.
Because my very first army for Warhammer Fantasy was dwarves. And I wanted, and I seriously considered when they brought Old World back, that I was like, oh, maybe I'll build up a nostalgia, right? Build up a dwarf army again. But then I looked at them and like, these don't look the same as the old models. They're like wildly different.
Yep.
And I was like, that's...
Well, it really depends on when you got into those models.
True.
Because the dwarfs went through multiple different iterations. I'm also a big dwarf fan, for the record.
The Slayers, and so I was a big, like, I played Hero Hammer back in was that 5th edition fantasy, I think?
I think so.
The orange one with the big Warhammer on the cover.
Yeah.
That iconic book.
That's when I first got into it, I think, as well.
Which was like 95, 96, somewhere in that general vicinity. I don't know.
I was probably way too young to be getting into it.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't afford it. So even that was back then when it was way cheaper, too.
I remember for Christmas being like, hey, Mom, I really want this stuff here.
And you got like one. And you're like, I'll take this box.
She bought me like the army battalion for Wood Elves.
Rad.
And then I saw the dwarfs and I was like, those guys got guns.
So when I ran them, I ran my, whatever my like Thane or the hero guy was. And I kitted him out. And you could have followers back then. And I had a Wood Elf Ranger that had like a tiger familiar or something like that.
Yeah.
That was his buddy.
Yep, their old mercenary system that you could bring like random dudes with you.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I like those guys. I had a whole narrative story about why they knew each other and they were buddies and stuff like that.
They high five all the time. It's great.
And he was a former Slayer, kind of like Gortrek and Felix. It was kind of like a Gortrek and Felix thing before I knew that Gortrek and Felix was a thing. Okay, so Warhammer Old World almost got me too, but then Conquest got me because I was at the point where I was thinking about the Dwarven thing, and I was like, oh, rank and flank. Maybe I could fuck with the rank and flank.
Yeah.
And then Conquest took off at our local shop, and I was like,
and that's part of the reason that I was like, it was actually my fiance who goes, hey, I know you're looking at getting back into Old World, and I'm like, I've already got an army, so now looking at it,
technically I already am. I've committed.
They're in a box in my closet right now, but that's beside the point. And she was like, but what about Conquest? It's lots of people played at the store, and they say it's a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I mean, sure, I got to pick an army.
Better except for assembly.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I was complaining that it's like, I'm used to James Workshop and his models.
Yeah.
And those just go, boop, done.
Yeah, I will say we are pretty spoiled
at
this era of the assembly of models.
Mm-hmm.
But theirs just make no fucking sense.
Nope.
I like 1 in 6 attachment points make sense. The other ones,
right? Like
there's literally like in the Valkyries. For anybody listening, I play Nords.
So do I.
Coincidentally, we both play Nords. The Valkyries, where there's legitimately an insert in the boob armor, is a completely separate piece, and it looks like a little bow tie. It's so tiny, and I got arthritis, right? I got little sausage fingers. It's this itty bitty little freaking piece, and I'm like, why was this not molded into one piece? This was not necessary.
That's bad.
Yeah, it's insane. Like it doesn't make sense to me.
It's
why
like
it's
putting the bottom of Shuri's gauntlets in place, and it's like, why?
It's an MCP. I will give AMG's credit. They've definitely got better with their modeling. So model assembly has definitely come a long way, which I'm very appreciative of.
Like their first models were like, you can't see the Vietnam flashbacks on my face right now, but they were rough. They were just, why did you make these choices? Like some of them you were gluing their thumbs in place for some reason.
And they're true scale.
Yeah.
So they're real small thumbs.
It's rough for no reason.
Yeah. And it's one thing I will give, is it Archon that does Conquest models?
Think so.
For Parabellum. It's Parabellum, right?
Yeah, Parabellum.
Yeah, Parabellum does Conquest, yeah.
Archon does the distribution.
It does the distribution, yeah. So I think they do the printing, but whoever does their design is at least, it's like 32 mil, so it's like
it's
bigger,
at least chunky,
a bigger scale. So it's not as bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, those early MCP models were a little rough on the old digits.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. So MCP, you play MCP?
I play so much MCP.
Yes, I love MCP so much.
It is a very good game. I think it is very well, I don't want to say balanced, but it feels good while you're playing it.
Was AMG the first company? No, maybe not. I don't know, because MCP's been around, 7 years now? Five
AMG was the first company to own them, yes.
Yeah, but were they the first company to do like rolling updates, like regular structured rolling updates? Because they kind of did they not set the like seasonal approach to?
I don't know if they were the first ones to do it. I think that might have been our overlords GW, who were the first to really start doing their general's handbooks and things like that.
Yeah, but they don't do like twice a year balances to their rule sets.
That's true. They don't know. It may have been AMG. I don't.
And they come in and rework entire models. Like, yeah. I give those guys mad credit on that. I know that they're tanking Shatterpoint right now, and then which isn't surprising because Asmodee's got some financial issues that they've been dealing with for like a year or two now.
Yeah.
So I was surprised because then they buy like Simon or something.
Yeah.
Which I was shocked that they bought Simon because Simon was going under.
Sense that they bought that.
I don't understand business. Again, capitalism. I don't get it. But I'm glad that MCP has been going strong. I would love like the community to get better, like bigger in our area, just because it's such a good game.
Yeah.
And it's different. It's just different than anything else.
It's one of those ones where we have tons of people who own miniatures.
But yeah, not many play them.
Not many play.
There's like 5 or 6 of us, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 on a good day.
6 on a good day, yeah. Usually like 3 to 4 of us at the shop playing.
Yeah. Typically it's 2 people playing and one going, how y'all doing over there?
Hey, what's going on? I couldn't get a partner to play, but I'll watch him play over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love MCP. It's a great game.
It is. It is a very solid, very fun game, and it feels good to play.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can only think of one match where I was like, this isn't fun. Yeah. I'm getting dog walked in a very most unfun manner.
I have to ask, was it Allie's
No, I love playing against her Asgard.
Okay.
Asgard is a challenge and I love playing against them. I played against an Apocalypse list and that was rough.
Okay, yeah. I've heard Apocalypse could be pretty rough.
Apocalypse is... I play Guardians of the Galaxy, so we were like, oh no, guys. We don't have half the heavy hitters we need. Get him, Drax. Oh, there he goes.
Oh, man. There goes Drax. Okay. Yeah, I love comic books growing up, so MCP is like a natural vibe for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I love... Again, it's very narrative.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. For me, I typically... I'm at least at this stage in my MCP playing, only doing full mono affiliation.
So I've always done that.
Yeah.
I don't like branching out. It's weird.
Well, and it seems weird to me that like, okay, Hulk's in my X-Force. No, he's not. Get out of here.
Hulk would never work with.
No, absolutely not. You know? So I think that's like my only like thing that I do weird with MCP probably.
I mean, as far as tournaments are concerned, that is weird.
Yeah.
But I've noticed a lot of people who just go, I like the X-Men, so I'm going to get the X-Men. Or I like Spider-Man, so I'm going to get Spider-Man and his guys.
And holy shit, there's so much support for that game.
There is.
Oh my God, there's like, isn't there like something like 250 models or something crazy like that now?
It's a lot.
That's
it is
so many.
An insane amount. And like the outside support for it, third party, printing like third party models and terrain and stuff, it's insane.
It's so good. I love MCP. I think it's also an incredibly, not saying that you can't break it, right? But AMG has done a great job dialing in, I believe, the balance of that game.
Yeah.
Because it just keeps getting better.
I agree.
You know, like power creep is a thing. There are some models that are definitely aged, but generally speaking, they update them and bring them back into where they're viable.
They do a lot of updates, and they nerf when they need to as well.
Right. But not overly nerf, generally speaking. Yeah, generally speaking, they don't overly nerf. So, and the thing that's cool is that there's enough models that do similar things that you can find an option generally for the narrative that fits your aesthetic and your desire for the characters that you like.
Yeah.
You know? And I appreciate that.
I agree with that. I think it always feels good playing it. It feels like the hero does what you expect the hero to do. Kingpin's big and chunky and he throws people around. Star-Lord zips around and shoots things. They feel good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good game. I really like the game a lot. It is one of the games though that the dice are definitely a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like defense dice are almost non-existent basically.
It's rough.
It's a game that if you and I've heard people do this where they focus on playing without rolling dice. Like they're like, if I can play a whole game with rolling as few dice as possible, that's how I win. Is like I don't want to roll dice.
Just do the objectives.
Yeah, to do the objectives, do the things that are surefire wins that or like gainers instead of builders. Builders, did I say that right? Gainers. We just gain the one. And they'll do that kind of stuff because, like, you know, I automatically I know my power economy, XYZ, and that stuff. I'm not that refined of a player yet. I just
neither am I. No. I just like to throw dice and play with my superheroes.
What's interesting to me though is in contrast to that, in a game that also has very swingy dice, Trench Crusade.
Yes,
that's a game that I still can't quite wrap my head around being hyper competitive.
Because I don't think it is right now
yet. Yeah,
I know there's been talks where they want to start a competitive league for it. Which has ups and downs. Like, the game definitely needs a balance pass.
For sure. To be fair, we're just getting books, though. Everyone.
Yeah, we're just getting
got books.
We don't technically have every faction yet either, so...
And to their credit, though, they just went live with official non-beta rules.
Yep.
Like, was it fall sometime? And they're
and
already done 2 revisions.
Their rules are still available free online.
They are, 100% free.
If you want a book, you can buy a book, but otherwise, here's the PDF. Enjoy.
And they've already done 2 revisions to it.
Okay.
1.0.2 is what we're on right now. So I give them credit for that in a very short period of time, 100%. They've already tweaked it for clarity's sake. And I know that there was an interview with one of the game designers who was saying that they want to deliver everything to everyone first.
Yeah.
Get it in their hands so they're playing it. People are having fun with the campaign system and everything. And then have that discussion of, all right, do we need to start looking at silhouettes and like Infinity style competitive, structuring for like really cleaning up line of sight and things like that.
Yeah.
To make it competitively viable.
Oh yeah. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Too many companies will jump the gun and go straight to, we need to be competitive. We need to be played on, someone on Twitch needs to be playing our game at a grand tournament and things like that. Or we haven't succeeded as a company, and I disagree with that because I feel like you really need to establish yourself first.
100%.
Once you are established, once you've got your group, your dedicated YouTube fan base at this point, really, then I think you're in a good spot.
Well, at the end of the day, too, I mean, from a business perspective, right? You need a customer base, right? You need a
customer base,
and customer base in gaming means we need to be having fun.
Yeah.
Right? We need to be having a good time. So I think I'm with you on that. And I definitely think that companies jump that shark pretty quick. And my question to you is, does a game, in your opinion, have to be competitive, like on a circuit style tournament level? Not competitive between you and I, but like on a competitive like circuit level
I don't think it does.
to be viable. No.
I don't think it does. Because, I mean, you've got Don't Look Back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Love that game.
Mm-hmm.
Such a fun game. I don't know how you'd play that on a competitive circuit level.
So when I was thinking about asking this question, to me, I was thinking Forbidden Psalm. Right? Yeah. So you can play it cooperatively. You can also play it like PvE kind of aggro, right? And you can play it solo. And I mean, it's very clearly kind of a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek rule set, obviously.
Yeah, 100%.
But like that's a game that is extremely fun, but does not need to be competitively balanced in any way, shape, or form, in my opinion, right?
Like Turnip 28. You familiar with Turnip 28? Yeah, that's another one that it's a very tongue-in-cheek rule set. You can play it 1v1. You can go solo. There's a bunch of different things you can do with it. And I don't feel it needs to be competitive.
I feel like that's a common thread in the 28 games. So for anybody who doesn't know, the 28 series games, 28 mag games, if you will, it's a, relatively large catalog of indie games that Mordheim probably was the beginning of, maybe.
I think so. Yeah,
I feel
a fan version of Mordheim, I think.
Yeah, I feel like going back to like early Mordheim and when Mordheim got tanked, and that the communities of gamers really kind of like backed around Mordheim, and that kind of birthed when they came 28. Together the 28 group, and that's like Necropolis 28, Etherpunks. Like there's
a lot,
a million 28 games now.
Yeah, and some of them are like you roll some d6s, and if you roll higher than your opponent, you win.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Very rules light. Yeah.
Very rules light. They're more there because you want to model something weird, here you go.
Yep. And here's some rules to play with your little dudes, you know? It's one of the things that I love about like indie games and miniature agnostic games is the ability just to play something different. And I think, I'm not trying to wave the capitalism flag here, but like it's interesting to me, the perceived value.
Yeah.
Right? Because like, people will pay, and I'm guilty of doing this at times in my life. I've pared down a lot of my stuff, but people will go pay $250 to do a Kickstarter board game backing.
Yeah.
Right? And that's conservative by now, some standards nowadays, right? And they'll get a game, Dark Souls. I did it for Dark Souls. Yes. I've played the game like 5 times, and it is garbage. Now, I heard they got a new rule update. Apparently, it's not as terrible and like just miserable to play now. I don't know. But you'll get a game, you'll play it 3-4 times.
Yeah.
And then not think anything about it. But then when it comes to like a rule set for miniatures games, things like that, people will be like, well, I mean, it's like, I don't know, $25 and I'll probably only play it twice.
Great.
Okay, though.
Didn't you play it twice?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you have fun?
I think for like $25, that's not bad.
Yeah.
For like, I bought a little booklet for like $10. And I got 3 games out of it.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
And I think especially if it's not asking you to be like, hey, also buy all these miniatures with it or all this terrain, right? Like if it's stuff that you can play with what you have.
Where the miniature agnostic comes in, and that's, I think, like even if I ever get around to actually designing what I want to do game wise, it's gonna be miniature agnostic.
Yeah.
I don't see any way to, at this point, I don't see any reason to not be miniature agnostic.
Well, I think in today's society with the advent and the proliferation of printing, right? Like,
yeah, you might as well lean into it.
Yeah, unless you have so much money up front that you can do something with. I don't know why you would necessarily foot that bill.
No, especially if you're a small indie creator like I would be, or you would be, or something like that.
And I know that obviously comes back to hey, we got to make money. I mean, that's real, obviously. If people are trying to do it to support themselves, and that's the thing that I appreciate about like Snarling Badger is they've consistently been like, hey, look, we have our other jobs.
Yeah, right.
And this isn't our only source of income. So
yeah.
Oh man. So what? How do you stop? How do you stop the game?
Coughing?
Oh yeah, coughing. Yeah.
I don't know.
Please
tell me.
Educate me on that because I'd really appreciate my lungs to stop hurting. Not like do you stop or is like so like what like I've I'm doing this year with my like no new games. Try and play stuff, and I swear like I have barely played anything. I barely modeled what I'm supposed to be modeling. Yeah. Right. That I had said I clearly assessed my capabilities to get shit done, and I'm like it's no wonder I have so much gray plastic around me, and I've played so few games of the various game systems I have.
Yeah, I think so. One, I think we all have to take a break.
Sure.
Burnout is real.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes actually seeing all your gray plastic and stuff and the stuff you still have in boxes you need to put together and things like that, I think that hits harder than we realize it does.
For sure.
But how do you stop? Everyone's going to be different. For me, it's let me check my bank account real quick. Nope, can't do that.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, very, very practically based on finances. Yeah, I know Uncle Adam had an episode one time of his show, Tabletop Minions, and one of the things he talked about when it came to like trying new games was don't go into debt for new games, right?
Yeah.
He's like, just don't do it, guys. Like, it's just not worth it.
And the
I
other
was
thing
like,
is,
that's good advice. People probably don't think about it that way.
no, they don't. Well, the other thing is, like, I could pick up a new game tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I playing that with?
Yeah.
Do I just want cool miniatures on my shelf? I can just buy cool miniatures to paint and put on my shelf.
Yeah.
I don't need to spend the $200 some for the game that goes with it.
Yeah, just have another rule set and a bunch of cardboard to punch. My wife got this for me, which apparently is, I didn't realize it was a part of a game, but it's a Mindworks model that apparently is a rule set for, but I got it as a display model.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Because to your point,
it's a cool model.
Yeah. It's a larger scale and okay, cool. Like it's post-apocalyptic kind of a, dystopian cyberpunky kind of vibes.
I love that shit.
I love that shit. I'm like, it's just a cool model to paint.
Yeah.
And this is a new perspective for me because it always had to have a purpose before. And now I'm like, it could just be a cool model. Yeah. And that's enough.
One of the things that I've found is it helps me to kind of weigh, do I already have a game like this?
That's something I've been thinking about lately too. Yeah, that's fair.
So like with Conquest, for me, it was, well, I already have Warhammer Fantasy, Old World, or whatever we want to call it these days. Do I need another rank and file game?
Mm-hmm.
And it was, okay, I mean, no, I don't need another rank and file game. Which one am I more likely to get games with, though?
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment, it's Conquest.
Yep.
Very popular. There are people playing every week.
Yep.
Old World happens once a month, maybe.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing for me, too, is it's going striking that delicate balance that we talked about of like time on game and play, also prep time. Conquest is the first army scale game I've played in a very long time, like 10 years probably.
Yeah.
That to me is something like, that's one reason I like skirmish games, right? Because I can paint them to a level that I want to paint them to and not just be drowning under like to-do lists.
Yeah.
And skirmish level games typically take less time, right? To play.
Typically, yes.
And then it has to be an aesthetic that I like. And to your point, kind of scratch an itch, Yeah. That's what I love about Trench Crusade. The rules are cool. The aesthetic's cool, right? Game plays extremely well. Like I really like the game. Conquest, the card order deck is really cool. It's very lethal with reinforcements, so you don't have to deal with everything being on the table at once, which for a rank and flake makes it really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a whole vibe to it. MC plays a certain way, has a certain type of like game vibe and aesthetic. So like everything kind of like fits in these spots. To your point, like, do I have a game that does that already? Yeah. And if so, why am I getting another one?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like I had This Is Not a Test,
mm-hmm.
but it's a lot harder to get people for that game than it is something noticeable, something that people recognize, like Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Fallout, so I'm happy to get Fallout, regardless.
Yeah.
I probably would have bought it even if I had no one to play with, but I've got a small group that plays it, so...
And of course, you got the show going right now, too, which is probably a big help on it as well.
Oh, yeah.
And because I think that's what it comes down to, too, I found, is like having that ability to have people that want to play it, even to the point of like talking to a few at the shop and being like, well, hey, like, what if we did an indie night or something like that? Right. Where we just like pick a random indie game, we play it for a little bit. Like
they do what, small game Saturdays now or something like that?
Yeah, small scale Saturdays, yeah. That's what they're calling it. Yep.
And I love that. I love the idea that they are trying to encourage people to play
100%.
These smaller games.
I just never can get there on a Saturday.
Same.
That's my problem. Is Saturdays just don't work for me. Not one bit. It's just where I'm at right now in life, And don't get me wrong. I love my kids, so I wouldn't take that back.
That's fair. I think the big thing with any kind of game you're going into, and we've already touched on it, it's people. You need to have people to play your game. Totally, yeah. And I mean, like, at some point, maybe the IP doesn't matter. Like, Halo. Mm-hmm. I am not a big Halo fan. Yeah. I was a PS2. Oh, yeah. That was my system. So yeah. I was playing, like, Call of Duty and stuff while everyone else was playing Halo. But if it was big enough, there was enough people, I'd find something in it. Yeah. Or if my typical group was like, hey, we're all going to play Halo now. Mm-hmm. All right, cool, let's go.
Well, yeah, and Halo's one of those ones, it hits an interesting point for me because, like, I have nostalgia for Halo, playing it in college, and doing LAN parties and stuff like that with my friends. Mm-hmm. But the game duplicates the vibe extremely well, and it's extremely accessible. It's kind of like that bridge between board game and war game. Yeah. And that's where I look at it, as like, this is a great transition game to get people from, I play board games, to now to understanding what a war game is like, a miniature war game would be like.
Yeah, and part of me, like, I was, like, it has the game modes from the game.
Totally, yep.
And I think that's a good approach, especially with something with such a recognizable IP.
Oh, yeah, and they did a great job nailing it. And Mantic's been, the way that they've handled that game and the updates and rolling out information and everything to the player masses, and it's only just over a year old at this point, has been great. It's very reminiscent of how AMG engages with the community, and I think that's really great, which is in stark contrast to what GW does, right? Like
stark contrast.
Yeah, and I think that's a huge selling point. As far as a business, if I'm going to throw my bones at something, like it's got to rather throw it at a company that maybe I'm not as like 100% stoked about that thing, but if the company is like a good company, like I'd much rather support that,
100%.
Yeah. So where do you draw your line between like board gaming and wargaming?
That's the problem. If a board game feels like a war game, it's a war game. If a war game feels more like a board game, it's more of a board game.
Do you buy into the delineation that a war game is just like little wooden shits on a board and a miniatures game is what we've been talking about? Or is it all wargaming?
A little more like that.
Yeah.
Because I have played the little wooden shits on a board moving around.
Mm-hmm.
But a miniatures game has miniatures. Recognizable pieces, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Not like, here's a little wooden meeple guy. That's my general.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I think, is a big difference for me, delineating between the two.
Do you feel like you need to paint all of your miniatures in your board games?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
I do, and I hate it because I never get anything completed.
A lot of them are hard to paint.
Oh, God, I painted my Last Land on Earth zombies.
Yeah.
They were very not compelling to paint, let me tell you. There's just garbage details.
Horrible plastic.
Yeah, not good.
And, I mean, to that end, I'm really bad at painting on my war games anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I will paint like 3 units and then go, that's enough, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, with my Conquest stuff, I specifically am not filling up every single stand, especially with Huskarls. Because one, I'm convinced they don't fit 4 to a stand, and 2,
I've managed to get them 4 to a stand on 1 unit.
I don't think I have a single unit of Huskarls that actually has 4 to a stand.
But now apparently you don't even need them. They're wounds.
Well, yeah, and so I think the only issue is, I was told, was that competitively, I think if you're playing competitively, you have to have, like, you can't have proxies, and you have to have like you have to have full stands if you're doing competition.
Huh.
I could be wrong on that, but I'm also like, I'm never going to competitively play a rank and flank.
Oh yeah, right.
I if there's a game I will competitively play, it's not going to be a rank and flank game. Let me tell you that.
I might do it once.
Yeah, right, for funsies.
Yeah, and then never again.
Yeah, but in that case in point, like, I'll come in, I'm like, well, here's my models. If I paid to play, I'm not going to win anyway, so can I just play a game like they're painted and they look kind of cool because I have trees and crap on my stands,
right?
Like.
Well, I mean, apparently that is a thing that they said recently was you don't have to fit everything on a stand. You can do like proxy things and stuff like that.
Or maybe they changed that.
I don't know. That's what they were telling me the other day, though. So I said, cool.
Yeah, and you can. I mean, and also, to be fair, like, you can also take a box of models and stretch it a lot more when you're doing it that way. And to me, it goes back to that kit bashing narrative development that you can do with your models, right? Because I'm like, well, if I can take trees and put them on my good dudes, and like everyone's in the snow and like they're running through and whatever, cool. Yeah, it looks a little bit more difference. Oh man! So if you had to take 3 games to a desert island,
3 games to MCP,
okay,
Fallout,
okay,
specifically Fallout Factions,
right?
I don't know what my 3rd game would be.
A board game?
Maybe a board game. Yeah, I'd probably take A Touch of Evil. Probably what I'd take with me.
Okay, so you got like a whole vibe there. It's like pretty. Okay.
I like certain things.
Yeah, Touch of Evil is by Flying Frog, which made Last Night on Earth and some other one. The other game, which neither of us can remember the name of.
It's very Indiana Jones.
Yeah, very Indiana Jones kind of pulpy vibe. I don't remember if there are aliens involved in it or something. I don't remember. Anyways. Maybe. Flying Frog. That was great. I'm sure they like went under.
No, they're still around.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
They put out a new edition of A Touch of Evil.
Oh, God.
Where you can buy one big box with a couple of expansions in it. And I think they're re-releasing some of the old expansions, so I need to get the one I don't have. So
you're saying I get some more expansions for Last Night on Earth is what I'm hearing.
Potentially,
I've only got 2.
Potentially, yes.
Or do I just have 1? Growing Hunger.
I think you get the Coast is the one I'm missing.
Rad. Did you ever play any of the H.P. Lovecraft board games?
Yes.
Like Arkham Horror or Mansions of Madness?
Cthulhu Death May Die.
I haven't played that one yet. I've heard it's
that one is great because all the other ones like, oh, we gotta stop Cthulhu from rising. This was like, no, he's gonna rise. And I've got an axe and I have opinions about him rising.
Hell yeah. I've heard it's like very like dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
And I tend to like dungeon crawls, but to your point about like game collections and stuff that already scratches an itch, I had to do that where I was like, okay, well, I've got Hero Quest, which, to be fair, not the greatest dungeon crawl of all time.
It's not bad.
But That's the original. No, that's not the original. That's the reprint from Avalon Hill. But
Okay.
I have the original in one of those boxes over there.
Nice.
And it's like completely deteriorated, right?
Amazing.
But it's from the 80s. Like
little
it's,
paper pieces that are all falling. Yep.
And it's all worn out because my buddy and I played the shit out of it for decades.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a lot of nostalgia for Hero Quest. So as soon as I saw that Avalon Hill was reproducing it, I was like, yeah, I'm fucking in.
Done.
100%. Send it. I want it all. Because I want to play it with my kids someday. And then I got Nemesis for this year for my solo gaming experience because I'm doing solo games this year. And it's like it's like Aliens, right?
Yeah.
And I love Aliens. Like I love those books and those movies.
Nemesis has the cat models, if I recall, or the cat figures that you can get for it. If I recall correctly, I could be wrong.
Oh, as an alt?
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think I believe you're right. And but then like because everyone was saying like, oh, Cthulhu Death May Die is another great one because you can play that one solo as well.
You can.
And I was like,
so hard solo.
But then I was like, well, I've already got a couple of dungeon crawlers.
Yep.
So maybe I don't need another dungeon crawl. Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing. I think that boiled down to it. At the end of last year, I was like, I can't really afford to buy more games in anticipation of next year. So we'll see if I actually get through all the games I'm supposed to get through this year.
I have faith in you.
I'm glad you do. Based on my current success rate, I don't know. We'll see if that works or not.
Yep.
How do you go about building a community when it comes to the indie games? Because do you find that you've run into the challenges of...
I have. Yeah, it's...
Like it's not 40K or it's not,
fucking
whatever.
So you'll always have those people, oh, that looks cool, but not many people play it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to invest in it. Like, yeah, but if you did invest in it, look at that. I got another person to play it with.
Yeah.
And like I tried to build a Malifaux community back in the day. Not go well. We got a couple of people playing, but in the end, it was just, I think it was a combination of things. It was right around COVID.
No, well, I mean, yeah, fucking COVID. Yeah.
And on top of all that, the company was just releasing things so slowly for it. So it was like, there was nothing I could do. Fun game. I don't play it anymore, but it was fun. But building a community is hard. It's not easy. Like the MCP community we've been trying to build.
I still don't know why MCP hasn't taken off here because it is huge in a lot of the country.
It is huge. The problem is, I think our area just has the juggernaut of 40K.
Yeah.
And that takes up so much space.
Deeply entrenched. So, and I understand and I can appreciate the importance also of what the game or how the game can be supported by the local shop.
I think that's very important.
And how that directly correlates to being able to build a community because
yes.
And I'll say that like we're fortunate we got a shop that'll support stuff that maybe they can't even carry that doesn't really have a direct monetary benefit to them.
They will 100% let you do your tournaments and everything. Yeah. It's just, if they won't carry it if they can't. And I get that. You're a small business. Something doesn't sell. There's no point in keeping it on your shelf.
Or in some instances, what I found really interesting is like their inability to get it because there's like they just literally can't get it from whatever that company is because there's no distributor and they're not going direct to like stores, right? So they have to go with like an American distributor or something if it's an overseas product or whatever.
It makes no sense, dude. It's like, do you not want your product being sold?
Yeah, I mean, I've never tried to distribute games, but I'm sure it's wildly convoluted and complicated. But
I'm sure our current political climate doesn't help either.
Yeah, I'm sure it probably doesn't. But it's like there are games like Gaslands. I'll say Gaslands, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, zero monetary benefit to the local shop, to do something like that. $25 or something for the game, for the rule book at least. A couple bucks for some Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
And damn if that game is not a good time, But, like, people are, I don't know, not always down to play a game like that. And I'm not sure why. Like, because to me, I'm like, well, it's like, I can guarantee you for the next hour, you're going to have a good time. you know?
And I think part of it is because it's not an IP. It's not something people recognize. It's just some Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
And that makes people go, really?
That's fair.
I think that's true for a lot of things, too, in all fairness.
So if that's the case, why did the Batman game not take off, but MCP did?
The Batman game, because it has a really bad rule set.
Oh, okay. Well,
and it wasn't like...
That was easy.
I'm going to put Batman, I'm going to put Superman and all that on the field. It was, here's Batman and a gang of dudes hanging out with him for some reason. They're like Batman's...
Bat Bros.
Yeah, the Bat Bros. Like, you could do Commissioner Gordon and a couple cops or something, and Poison Ivy and some plants. Okay. Penguin and I guess some penguins?
Slide! What was that out of? Slide? Was that Fight Club?
Maybe.
I feel like that was Fight Club. I might not be Fight Club. Anyways. I mean, to be fair, IP definitely probably has something to do with it and the ability or the desire for people to get something off the ground. Accessibility, probably as well, which leads me to another thing. Is because you mentioned Malifaux and it made me think about this. And me mentioning getting my Trench Crusade book in. The transition to where so many games are now app-based, right? Like you kind of have to have like an app to play the game. It makes updating rules easier for like living rule sets, which I can appreciate because you don't have the cost of having to reprint a book. Mm-hmm. And I understand Conquest went to this a few years ago where now they just do like an annual lore book. And they don't even do like a rules book anymore in paper print.
Nope.
Do you feel that the use of an app, because like Malifaux, for instance, you can basically play the entire game on just the app. You don't even need much stuff, you know?
Nope.
Do you think that contributes to the gaming experience or is a detriment to the gaming experience?
I don't think it's either, really. I think it contributes in that here are my rules. They're easy to get to. They're easy for me to look up if I need to really quickly. Mm-hmm. I don't think it takes away from it, though.
Okay.
At least not in my opinion. I mean, but I don't dislike having the internet at my fingertips in my pocket. Mm-hmm. I think that's great. I need to know something, I can look it up.
Sure.
I want to listen to music, I can start it up. Something like that, you know? Mm-hmm. I just feel like the apps aren't a bad thing. It's when they become hard to access that they're a bad thing. Like if I can't just go on the Apple Store and download your app, I feel like that's an issue. If I got to go through a website and do all kinds of other hoops and tricks and to get to the app, that I think is a problem. Yeah,
I will say with the Trench Crusade campaign that we've been running, that's been a learning experience for me because that it's a web-based app. It's not an actual store-based app. Yeah. Which, from a developer's perspective, I can see that might be easier because you can control it versus having to deal with a creative toolbox or whatever, how you build apps. I know nothing about computer programming. Clearly, based by that statement I just made. And again, full credit to them. The game has been around like a year. They've got really a lot of other stuff going on. And the app has gotten better since it first came out. I keep saying app, it's a web interface. But it is real janky still in its interface.
There are times where you're like, I will update all this information when I get home.
Yeah. Yeah. And especially within the campaign tracker. But it's great that they have a campaign tracker. Which I mean, and it's a very intuitive system for the most part.
I think like GW, I don't think actually has a good tracker for their Crusades Crusade is their campaign narrative stuff. They don't have a tracker for that.
Well, and isn't their app like $100 a month?
God, I hope not. I'm still paying for it.
I don't think it's actually $100 a month.
That might explain where my money goes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I think that's the thing too, is like a reasonable paywall, right? Like for Halo, it's like, I don't know, like $2 a month or something.
Yeah, and that's not bad.
That's fine. Like you keep updated rules. And especially because like in Halo, they've made a bunch of revisions too. So it's like keywords have changed and like they've tweaked pricings on things for the war games and stuff. So like really you need the app to like stay on top of where things are at.
MCP doesn't have an app. There are fan apps.
Yes. Jarvis Protocol.
Yeah. Which is great. I love Jarvis Protocol. It's really weird on my phone. Sometimes it doesn't want to cooperate, but that just makes sense. Yeah. I guess that it doesn't want to cooperate on my phone. Technology. You and I have both gone to libraries or places and like, let me get the new cards real quick.
Yep. And there's a part of that I don't mind. It actually takes me back to like when I was a kid and like I got a PDF of like one of the Dungeons & Dragons like 2nd edition advanced monster manuals. Yeah. That was back when it used to be a 3-ring binder was how it was designed.
Yes.
And I just got a hold of a printer and I was just print. You know, and it was just like
I upset my mom so much one time by printing out an entire Dark Ages Vampire the Masquerade book.
Oh yeah.
In my printer. My mom was like, "Why?" And I'm like, because I could.
Because I can. Because now I have it in my hands tangibly. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's the thing I always struggle with those because like the draw for me for gaming is to sit across the table from someone and like interact with a human being. Yeah. Not necessarily being on my device. Mm-hmm. But I have to admit with the current trajectory of a game company having the ability to update their rule set and like FAQ and errata stuff, like
put out them patches.
Yeah, it's basically patch your game like you do in video gaming. It's a pretty great model, honestly.
I agree 100% with every sentiment you just said. If I'm playing a miniature game, I want to talk to someone. I want to be across the table. I want to goof around. Mm-hmm. Same thing with role playing games. I want to goof around.
I don't know, because I don't know if we touched on this. You said that you got your start in role playing, right? And that's transitioned you into wargaming and miniature board gaming. How?
Yep, that's where I belong now. Board gaming, miniature hell.
So, how did you make that transition?
So I went. We used to have a store here just called Hobbies. I went into that store with the intent on picking up Vampire the Requiem, the Ventrue Clan book.
Okay. Yep.
Because they had it there. I called. They said they had it. I went there to get it, and I'm sitting there, I'm looking the book over, and I hear someone in the back go, I'm not going up that hill. There's a tank there. And I was like, what's going on back there? And this is like a core memory because this started something.
Yeah.
So I go back there and I'm looking at Space Marines fighting orcs and there's tanks and everything. And I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Narrative.
They got hills and they got bunkers and
it's the narrative.
That's great.
Yep.
And then I asked the guy, I was like, what are they playing back there? And he goes, oh, they're playing Warhammer 40K. I was like, Warhammer what a K?
Why are there 40Ks involved?
Yeah, that's a lot of Ks, man.
Was 1K not enough?
I thought we agreed 2Ks was the maximum.
Yeah, you definitely can't go past 2Ks.
Yeah.
It's hard no after that. It's hard stop.
And I bought like a box of High Elves.
Okay.
Weirdly enough, after that. And then I remember when they were like, you got to paint them. And I was like, okay, cool. Put them all together. Set to paint them. I was like, Mom, I don't have paints. She goes, okay, we'll go to Walmart. They sell model paints there.
Testers?
Hell 100%.
Yes. That was my first paint too.
They were the chunkiest, horrible looking elves.
This guy was painted with testers. Testers enamels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was an old school model.
I think we then discovered there was a Games Workshop store. And I went there, and that's where I got real paints for it. And I was like, okay, you need these, not those.
Yeah,
these will help you.
Yeah, this will be better.
I still have one of those High Elf models sitting in a box at my house.
That's amazing. I wish I had some of my original models. I mean, that's one of them, but I have very few like of my models from when I was a kid, when I first got into it. So how'd you get into role-playing then? Because if role-playing was a start.
Role-playing for me started out on message boards.
Oh, yeah? Yep. I remember that.
Easy Board, I think was the name of the site.
Yep.
And I was on there. I was playing, whatever struck my fancy, making characters and just playing through whatever was going on there. And then one of them was like, hey, if you like vampires, you should check this out. And I was like, okay, cool. And then that started a whole rabbit hole. Like my first start wasn't D&D like a lot of people's.
Yeah, that was mine.
It was World of Darkness and Vampire the Masquerade and stuff like that. I think I didn't play D&D until I met my fiance back when we were just friends. She was like, oh, if you like that, you'll like this too. And I was like, all right, cool. So let's play.
Did you ever do the Vampire Masquerade card game?
Yes, I still have it. It is one of my favorite things to collect.
Really? Hell yeah. And Rage was the werewolf one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I've got some of those too.
God, I remember those were throwbacks to...
I still kind of go around and go, I found a box of Vampire the Eternal Struggle cards on eBay for $200. Ooh. Do I have that money
I want to crack those packs?
Yeah, and I would. I'm not a mint and box person.
Hell yes.
If I buy toys, they are out of that box and they're on a shelf and doing little action poses with them.
It's so funny. This is probably something we should cycle around to at a later time and have another conversation on about the commercialization of everything, like the financialization of everything.
Oh, it's rough. Like look at Pokemon cards now.
Oh my gosh,
it's insane.
Still more affordable than Magic, but
look at Magic if you want to see the commercialization of cards.
Yeah, it's like for some reason everything has to have like a financial value to it. It
has to have a secondary market and then a tertiary market.
Yep.
And
totally.
It's like I don't need that.
I remember Bits Barn.
Yes.
When that became a thing, right? Yep. Yeah. It was just like, I'm just going to put everything in. You need 2 helmets? I'll sell you 2 helmets.
Well, I mean, if you remember, when Games Workshop first got their website up running, they would sell bits on their website too.
Way back in the day, yeah.
Because I remember buying like a bunch of Chaos Warrior halberds off their website back when they didn't come in the box.
Yep. Because you got a WYSIWYG back then.
You had to. Otherwise, you were not allowed to play.
That's right. You can't play the game you invested all this money in because your shit's not WYSIWYG.
You said sword and shield. That guy's got an axe and a shield.
Yep. You're out. Get out of here.
You can't have him on the field.
Yeah, you got to put something else in. Or pay for the axe.
Right?
Any card games in your past that you got into? Because you got miniature gaming, you got role-playing, you got board gaming, obviously. Or did you dodge the card games?
No, I did not dodge the card games. Magic the Gathering, Lorcana, Pokemon, Digimon, Vampire the Eternal Struggle. Oh. I'm a collector, and I have issues.
I'm what you call a collector.
So it made me giggle when you were like, we're going to talk about variety in gaming. And I was like, oh no, who have you been talking to? I'm getting out from under the card.
Yeah.
Wait, now I've sold most of my Magic stuff. I haven't bought anything to like play in forever. I'm thinking of buying the Spider-Man stuff because I really like Spider-Man.
For sure.
So having like some of the Spider-Man cards I think would be cool.
You said you're a PlayStation person. Have you played the Spider-Man games?
Love them all.
So yes. I just started because my buddy Jesse is a big fan. He plays through them every year. And he's like 100% at all of them.
Great Christmas games.
Oh man. So I finally got the Spider-Man game, the first Spider-Man game. That was like a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 3, whatever
PS4,
it was.
yeah.
PS4 game. So not like the old school Spider-Man game, but you know, yeah. And it's great. I'm about 2/3 of the way through it, and I've really enjoyed it a lot. It's been great.
Trying to 100% it now. It's like I've done everything else on it. I'm going to.
The only thing I can't figure out is like trying to find all the daily bugles. That seems wildly tedious. There's got to be too many of them. So Lorcana, all the mons, some magics. So here's a question for you, because this is something that I've been kind of starting to like filter in my own life.
Yeah.
Is when you decide to let it go, because there is a degree of where it's just like I'm collecting because I like the thing, and the thing brings me joy to have it, and then there's the like I'm never going to do anything with this stage that I've gotten to with things in my life.
It's hard.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, let's face it. There's not a whole lot in our world right now that brings joy.
Yeah.
You know, you keep your family close, your friends close, and you play around with the small things you enjoy.
Mm-hmm. So
you got to kind of go, well, I've got all these cards.
Yeah.
Do I have fun playing it anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have fun buying them anymore? Is it financially feasible anymore for me to buy boxes of Magic cards?
Right.
And I mean, I think that is the conversation you have to have with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was it? Marie Kudo or whatever her name is on Netflix is like, does this spark joy in me anymore?
Right. Yeah.
And if it doesn't, you get rid of it.
Yeah.
No, but like, well, I'm going to hold on to it. Maybe I'll like it again later. No, get it out of there.
Well, I think I've definitely been like, I've suffered from I've unloaded the Warhammer armies multiple times in my life. You know, I've gotten out of GW and I've come back into it and I've gotten out of it. So it's just like, I've spent probably thousands of dollars that I've just basically lost over the years. And so there's a part where you're like, well, maybe this will come back around. But I think the thing for me that I'm at the stage in is where I weigh a lot of what
That's the blooper, just me coughing.
That's right. just for like straight 5 minutes.
Done. Easy.
What then I could do is I could remix it. So then like you cough and I cough, and then like I drop in like a fucking dubstep beat.
Perfect. I'll say, then just end with me going, "Oh Jesus, take me now."
Jesus, take me now. I think about like what's a realistic possibility that I'm actually going to play this thing and it's going to see the day of life. And then if it isn't something I'm going to play with, does it just nostalgically give me joy?
Yeah.
Right.
Am I enjoying it? Yeah.
And that's why I love development solo games, because I'm not restricted necessarily by needing a partner to play a game with. Yeah,
you can do it by yourself. Yeah. I'm not doing anything right now. Let's throw it out.
Yeah. As long as it's reasonable and accessible, because again, if it's going to take me 3 hours to play a solo game, I'm going to be like, no, I'm not doing it.
Not today.
No. I'm not playing by myself for 3.5 hours.
One thing I've learned helps is not chasing the trend.
Oh God, man. The early 2000s, late 2000 teen, like late 2000 teens. That's what I mean. The late 2000s into the early 2000 teens during like the crazy Kickstarter board game revolution that was happening. Everything was about the hotness.
Oh yeah,
man.
And like our store, love it to death. We both go there as often as I think we can. They chase, man.
Oh, so
I can't keep up with it. Like Dystopian Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I love the idea of Dystopian Wars.
Yep.
But I had to sit down with myself and go, is this going to be a thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Conquest, I was also on the fence about for the longest time.
Yeah.
But it's like you did one slow grow. Now they're talking about doing a second in tournaments. Okay.
Yeah.
I think maybe this is not a trend.
Yeah, it's got some feet under it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And so for me, Conquest was that because I was thinking about a rank and flank, and I saw that a lot of play, and ultimately at the end of the day, I just like the aesthetic. And I was like, if nothing else, like especially for Nords, painting the monsters and the giants and stuff, I'm like, those are just gonna be fun to paint. I can fuck with that. And then 100%. Dystopian Wars for me is actually a nostalgia piece, because back in the day when I was a writer, I actually did a bunch of game review. I used to write for a geek culture website, and I reviewed Dystopian Wars from Spartan Games when they owned it, when it was brand fucking new, and they gave me a bunch of stuff because they were printing in resin back then.
Oh yeah.
So it was just crazy because it was like, oh shit, that game's still around, and I remember it being kind of fun. But to that point, like in 2012, like no one was touching it. 2010, no one was playing that kind of stuff back then. So.
That's like my Malifaux. I got rid of everything. Okay, I have stuff I can't get rid of. No one wants it.
Yeah.
It's just sitting in my old car right now, actually.
Yeah.
It's in the floorboard of my car.
Just waiting to melt from the sun.
Right. And those boxes, you're going to open them up. It's going to be like a milk bar.
Yeah. Or is it a miniature? I don't know. That's the question.
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
A little bit of B, a little bit of A, a little bit of Snickers, a little bit of Snickerdoodle the Super Pooch. I don't know.
I do have Hellhounds in that car somewhere.
Sick. Good old Hellhounds, man.
Good old Neverborn. Which is funny because I didn't play Neverborn. I played Tony Ironsides. I played the Arcanist.
Oh, that's what I got. Is it Ironsides? That's what I got over there, right? The punchy chick?
Yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
love that. That was my favorite. I think I sold my Tony Ironsides to Grant, I want to say.
Okay.
If you talk to Grant, ask him if he still has my old Tony Ironsides.
I'll have to ask because when I was looking for Ironsides, I don't think anyone was offering up an Ironsides. As I recall.
She's too good.
I wanted the punchy one. I didn't want the diplomat, the communist revolution one.
Yeah.
I mean, the model's cool, but I wanted the punchy chick. And that leads me probably to like my last point, and then we can go cough in our own
corners of the world.
Absent microphones in our face, so we don't have to cough around our microphones. It's like I think also the thing that I've come to, which I find interesting, and I don't know if you experience this, is like the rule of cool.
Oh yeah.
I just want to play what I think's cool.
100%.
Yeah.
Like I want Valkyries because they look cool,
and they are.
I don't know if they're good.
They are, well, I am not the most conquest strategically minded individual because, again, I play what I want. Yeah. But I do like the Valkyries, and they benefit a lot from the Volva.
Yeah.
Which, that's right, when I said Volva, it's the name of the character. It's an actual name from Nordic language. Magic. So
mythology.
It's not me. Volva. That's what she's
Blame
called.
the Nords.
That's blame the Nords. And they're pretty good there with her because they get like buffs from having spells cast on them.
Nice.
And they just look fucking cool.
They do look cool.
They look so cool.
I was like, I don't know, I want to play a faction, but I like female miniatures.
Yep.
And I'm that person who will convert their Space Marines to be women.
Hell yeah.
And I will annoy the crap out of some of my friends who are very lore heavy. And I'm like, your lore is boring. Mine's cooler.
Yeah. Lady Marines. I will say we've come a long way with representation and modeling.
I agree.
And if since like 20 years ago, like in the early 2000s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot better. Man, I watched a movie last night, Deathstalker. It's a very old sword and sorcery movie from the 80s.
Not familiar with it, unfortunately.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it. Because I grew up on like old kung fu movies and old sword and sorcery shit from the 80s and 90s. Also like bad sci-fi, I have a huge appreciation for like Farscape. Like I loved Farscape.
Farscape's great.
A great show. But man, I watched this Deathstalker, and it was the original one because apparently they made a remake in like 25 that my buddy was telling me about, and it was like uncomfortably rapey, like 80s sword and sorcery. And I was like, it was crazy because I'm watching this movie and I was like, holy fuck, we have come so far from where we were.
Well, yeah, because back in the day, you couldn't, like, if you were any kind of female persuasion in a gaming store, you were like a rare unicorn. And someone was going to act weird and dumb around you.
Yes.
And that reflected in all the various books and things like that. I mean, one of the original like D&D or a D&D offshoot was like, oh, if you're female, you have -1 strength because you're weaker.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, yeah, when you think about that, right? And I mean, but it's a cultural thing, right? Also, we're much more cognizant hopefully. We're more cognizant and aware now than we used to be.
You mean woke, right? We're all more woke.
There you go, woke, yes. To use the cool kids, what the kids saying these days. So, I mean, I think that's obviously probably reflected in game design and modeling choices and stuff like that. But I think about, like, from a D&D perspective, right? The options that I can go and just pull a model off the shelf.
Yeah.
And the thing that I love about the Wizards models is that they give you, too, a male and a female version of the same model, right? So, I mean, it's binary, but, like, you could do shit with it. It doesn't matter.
You can have fun with it.
Yeah, you can totally have fun with that. But, like, at least the options are existing now.
Right.
Whereas before it was...
If you found your female model, she was probably in a chainmail bikini.
100% chainmail bikini. Oh my God, that is another thing in that stupid Deathstalkers movie. The quasi-female, like, secondary character / sex symbol. I couldn't really tell what her role was in the movie.
Little A, little B.
Little A, little B. The most fucking ridiculous outfit I have ever seen in my entire life. She walked on the scene and I was like, what the fuck is she wearing? It made no fucking sense. I'm just like, I don't know who okayed this movie, but holy shit, we've come a long way. Oh God. All right. Well, with that and us hacking up our lungs,
right?
We'll put a good cough stake in the heart of this episode today. Jordan, thanks for coming and hanging out.
It was fun.
We'll do
hopefully
this again.
Next time we do it, I'm not coughing.
Yeah, we'll do this again and maybe not both be coughing up our lungs the entire time. That'd be great. We'll see how this goes in the editing. It'll be so much fun.
That whole episode, threw it out.
All right, Jordan. Later.
That's fair.
Capitalism is my issue. I fucking hate capitalism. And anybody listening to this episode is going to have a lot of coughs in it. Sorry.
Trigger warning, coughing at the start of the episode.
It's like James Hoffman with his slurping.